morning, YouTube. My name is Jim. Again, I am a brand new guy at Oakley Trucking. I want to come back to you with a first week or 2 weeks recap of how things went following orientation. One thing to note, I am new to YouTube. I'm not a camera guy. So bear with me as I try to learn and navigate how to put together decent videos and get a little bit more experience in making these more presentable for you. Okay? I'm here primarily to do something creative for myself, as well as give some insight into Oakley Trucking, Bruce Oakley Trucking out of North Little Rock, Arkansas, for men who are owner-operators or are interested in becoming owner-operators. I went out for orientation the first week, which was Monday through Thursday. Addressed that kind of in my first few videos when I did the truck. Orientation started first thing Monday morning, and it went through Thursday afternoon. It was very good. Randolph Rochelle, the gentleman that does orientation, is just absolutely amazing. What an awesome guy. It's fast-paced. I'm not going to lie to you guys. You are going to get a lot of information in a very short period of time. Everything from policies to safety to procedures, transflow for submitting documentation, doing your e-logs, those types of things. And that's primarily Monday through Thursday. First thing Monday morning, as soon as you guys get there, a lady named Teresa, Miss Teresa, super awesome, out at the shop. She's going to come out and you're going to get your truck federally inspected right off the bat. Okay, if your truck is not roadworthy, men, women, please get it inspected before you come. We had a few men that had oil leaks, that had issues with their trucks, and they didn't pass inspection. They needed to go to a shop later in the week and get their truck fixed and have it come back to pass the inspection before Oakley would put on your wet kit or your blower if you're going to pneumatics, or letter your truck, or do those kinds of things. So please get your truck federally DOT inspected if it isn't already, and make sure it will pass the inspection. Second thing you're going to do Monday morning is pick out your letters. They make them on site, okay? So what color of letters you want, what style. They have two styles, like a plain and a metallic. They're not expensive, guys. $39 for the plain. I think it's $79 for the metallic. I opted for the metallic blue. It looks really nice. And so you're going to pick that right off the bat. Following that, you're going to go back over to the main orientation room and immediately do your drug screens on Monday morning, because it takes a day or two for those to come back. So that's first. Second thing you're going to do is spend about or the third thing, or whatever number I'm on. You're going to do about an hour going over some policies with Randolph. And, well, bear with me. That is Mike, my puppy. Okay, he is playing with a toy, so if you hear that squeaking in the background, just enjoy the puppy noise, okay? And Mike is going to be my road dog. He is a terrier mix, and we just picked him up a few weeks ago. He is not very old, and he is being trained before we get him out. So bear with me as Mike squeaks and plays. Obviously, I'm back home for the holiday weekend. It's Labor Day weekend 2022. Okay, so I just want to get this video out for you guys. Back to orientation. You're going to spend about an hour with Randolph on Monday morning after drug screens, starting to get into some history of Oakley, some procedures, policies, things of that nature, just starting to get into the basics of orientation. About 10 o'clock Monday morning, you're going to go over to Little Rock to the doctor's office for your physicals. Okay, get that out of the way first thing before lunch Monday. Just a note, fellas, okay, if you're on any kind of a medicine, anything that requires a doctor's release, okay, whether it's a heart medicine, whether it's an antidepressant, whether it's anything, okay, that requires a doctor's release. How about Adderall, something like that? I don't know. Okay, make sure you have that in advance. I had a particular medicine that kind of hung me up, okay, for a day. I had to come back to my doctor and get a release from him before the doctor for Little Rock, Oakley, would sign off on my physical. We got it taken care of. It was no problem. But when the recruiters ask you if there's a certain kind of medication that you're on, please let them know, because they know exactly what the doctor is going to be looking for, and it will save you some hiccups along the way. Because even with my truck, they couldn't letter my truck or do it until I got the physical card in my hand to get started on that. And the reason for that, they don't want to waste your time and theirs. If your truck's not going to pass inspection and you can't pass a drug screen and physical, then they're going to put a wet kit on your truck and they're going to letter it, and they're just going to waste their time doing that. And nobody wants that. So please have all that stuff in order prior to when the recruiters ask you. They're asking that to get ahead, and there's a reason for it. So work with them on that, and I think you'll find that the process will be a lot smoother. After that, you're going to go to have lunch at David's Burgers. I think this was on Monday. David's Burgers there in Little Rock. Super good. Randolph takes you to lunch. It was amazing. And just as a note, breakfast is at the hotel every morning. Lunch is provided by Oakley every day. We went and we had burgers, we had pizza one day, went to Golden Corral one day, and then one day MHC Kenworth brings in lunch, I think that was on Wednesday, to the driver's lounge, which is very nice. And you'll have lunch in there with MHC Kenworth. They provide lunch. And and on that MHC Kenworth lunch on Wednesday, a lot of times your dispatcher will come down and have lunch. It's in the driver's lounge there at the terminal. And some of the leadership from Oakley, the ops managers and whatnot, come down, introduce themselves. Kind of a very casual lunch setting. Very nice. And just as a surface note, everybody at Oakley was extremely professional, extremely respectful. They made orientation such a breeze, okay, that really can't complain about the way I was treated there. And just a little bit about my background. I came out of LTL. Okay, I was at my company for almost 18 years, 17 and a half years when I left to come to Oakley. I'm not a big resume guy. I don't like giving my resume out. I can't stand people that, I've been driving for 52 years. I've got 5 million miles. Well, good for you, fella. I'm happy for you. I don't like to be that guy, but it's just my background so you folks understand this. I've been driving for 31 years. Came out of the Marine Corps in 1991 off of active duty, went straight into driving. I was a motor transport Marine. I've been driving since 91. I'm retired military. I transitioned into the reserves and spent almost 16 years in the reserves. Retired in May of 2014 with 22 years of military service. I am a retired combat veteran. Spent a lot of time in the military. My LTL company was great through all of my deployments when I deployed. Had a good time there. They were great people, wonderful people. The name of my company was A. Dewey Pyle out of Westchester, Pennsylvania, primarily a New England regional carrier for LTL. Phenomenal company, great people. I left under very good circumstances. So that was kind of my background coming into this. I was over the road years prior to that. And now I'm back over the road. I initially started talking to Oakley in 2017. I have a friend that's been there for almost 10 years now. Never tried to talk me into going to Oakley, but certainly was telling me all of the things about Oakley. And the reason why I didn't go there for 5 years is I was just a big chicken about buying a truck and leaving what I knew was a very good job that was very stable to go somewhere and do something different. So it was a lot for me to pull that trigger, but finally I just said, you know what, I'm in my early 50s. I'm doing it because if I don't do it now, I'm not going to do it. And I did pull the trigger and leave. And I'm glad that I did, not because of anything against my previous company, but just because I wanted to do something different. Oakley offers a lot. They're a phenomenal company. Mike, get out. Sorry, the puppy's being bad. And it was just time for me to make that change. So there's a little bit of my background. And that's where we start. I am a first-time owner-operator, as I've stated previously, so I'm learning on the fly about owning a truck and doing things as we go. And it's going to be a learning process for me as well. Okay, back to orientation. Something else for you men and women to understand with Oakley, primarily for you men. Oakley has a hair and shave policy, okay? They have no earrings, okay? They are very strict about that. What I mean by strict is, you know, you can have a mustache that comes down, and you'll see a lot of guys have it. Okay, your hair has to be off your collar. Okay, it can't be on your collar. You can't have long hair hanging down here. They do have a policy for that. You can't have beards and goatees or little chin fluffs or anything like that. Okay? In my orientation, Mike, get here. Come on. Puppies. We did have a few men that, Mike, come here. Get out of there. We did have a few men that had been a few days without shaving. And on the second or third day, they did get called out on it. Respectfully, I might add. Okay, but just a very respectful reminder that the policy is there, that it matters, and that they mean it. Okay, it's not a joke. It's real. They need you to shave every day. Okay, you can't be scruffy, and they want to present a professional image. A lot of people have a hard time with that. Okay, that's fine. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. I'm a military guy who's always shaved anyhow. Doesn't matter. No, you don't have to keep your hair like mine. Okay, there's a lot of guys that actually have, full heads of hair. It's just trimmed up and neat, and it's not real long. Okay, so that's that. Orientation Tuesday was safety. Okay, Wednesday was more transflow stuff, the settlements, how to submit paperwork, how to turn in your bills, how to do your logs, stuff like that. Thursday was hands-on with Rochelle out in the yard. And there's a video out that they just put on YouTube, Oakley did, about orientation with Randolph and Dustin Eagle. It's very good. I encourage you to go back and watch that and check it out. Okay, so that's that. I wrapped up orientation Thursday evening. I went and loaded at 3M in Little Rock, Arkansas. I did have a trainer, a fellow by the name of Mr. James, awesome guy. There were actually two of us that were following him around for a few days. So I'm just going to kind of give a brief little recap of my first few days here with the driving. We loaded in 3M, Little Rock, Arkansas for Certainteed in Oxford, North Carolina. Loaded out Thursday evening. Spent the night there on the yard in Little Rock, got up, took a shower, beat feet early Friday morning to head out to Certainteed. We got out there Saturday afternoon, unloaded, went down to Moncure, North Carolina, which is just south of Raleigh, and reloaded at 3M in Moncure, North Carolina for Owens Corning in Atlanta. Owens Corning in Atlanta is roofing granules, and just to let you folks know, that place is kind of notorious for leaving people delayed, demurrage as you would call it. However, they do pay demurrage, which I'm going to get into here in just a second for that. Mike, get over here. I'm sorry, puppies. And we reloaded out of there. From there, I was going to go to Oklahoma following Mr. James, my trainer, and this other new driver with me, a guy by the name of Jim, super nice guy. But I wanted to be home for Labor Day weekend. My dispatcher, when I reminded him of that Monday, was great. Super great guy. I'm very impressed with my dispatcher so far. Realized that I wasn't going to have the hours to get all the way out to Oklahoma and then try to get me home that weekend. So he diverted me off of that, and I immediately became solo after 2 loads, which I was kind of nervous about. And it is what it is. Had basically figured, well, I'm going to be on my own eventually. Anyhow, it's time to get at it and start figuring this process out for myself, which I did. So they diverted me, put me on another load back to 3M in Moncure, North Carolina. I deadheaded back there and reloaded for Kearney, New Jersey, which is right across the river from New York City. Don't want that to scare you guys. I've been to New Jersey so many times with Pyle in my previous job that it doesn't even matter to me. Some guys have a lot of heartburn with it. It is what it is. Everybody's entitled to do what they want to do in their opinion. So I got up to Owens Corning in Kearney, New Jersey, made the delivery. Piece of cake. I had some gentlemen at Oakley that really helped me out, giving me directions in there. And just so you know this, the guys at Oakley, the drivers, just want to help you. Okay, people there are so generous with their time, whether it's in the office or other drivers that are willing to give you their numbers and help you out. It's a welcome thing. And they just made it so easy. So I got that load delivered. Emptied out, I guess it would be probably Thursday afternoon, about 4 o'clock. Hung out for a few hours, actually did a split sleeper berth to get some hours back and waited for some traffic to die down. And I guess that might have been Wednesday afternoon. Okay, so Wednesday evening, got that load off, and then my dispatcher dispatched me out of southern Virginia, it's just south of West Virginia, north of Wytheville, on a load going up to north of Williamsport, Pennsylvania. So I deadheaded down there, got that load on, would have been Thursday afternoon, Wednesday afternoon, whatever day it was. I'm lost on my days. Forgive me, guys. Either way, days don't matter. So I got that load on. Had to take a 10-hour break before I could kind of really proceed on with that. So took my 10-hour break, got up real early the next morning, and headed up to north of Williamsport, Pennsylvania, a little town called Blossburg. Here, everybody saw I had a Mike. Mike is being a little booger brat. Okay, he's a puppy, so of course he's going to be rambunctious and ornery, and he's just being a little hoot. And again, Mike is going to be my road dog once we get him trained up, and I would imagine that he'll be on the road with me in October. So if you hear me kind of snitting at him a little bit, this is him. Okay, he's a little hoot, and he's a terrier mix, and he's just a ball of energy right now, getting him trained up to get him on the road. All right, back to Oakley. Loaded out of Virginia, going to a town called Blossburg, Pennsylvania, up on top of a mountain on Route 15, about 45 minutes north of Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Emptied out there the next day in the afternoon. I had a load of Big Rock Coke on, which I'm going to attach some pictures and videos of that to this. And again, I'm not an editing master, so as I get better at this, there's going to be some still pictures as well as a couple of videos of things, but there's nothing spectacular, guys. I'm focused on learning how to do my job. And I'll get into some better videos and editing with guys that do much better at me. Okay, Rob Holly puts out some great videos on YouTube, guys. He does. Rob just does an awesome job with his editing. Tanner Sides has been a tremendous help to me. I have reached out to Tanner. He does YouTube as well, and Tanner's just a great, great guy. Genuinely, been nothing but helpful for me as I came into this. I reached out to him a while ago, so he puts out some great videos as well. As I get better at this, I will get better pictures, videos, and things of that to put up. But I will attach some of those and let you see what I was hauling up into north of Williamsport. It was Big Rock Coke, chunks of Coke that were about that big. Okay, and boy, what a grind dragging that up through West Virginia. It certainly wasn't the best for fuel mileage. But I emptied out there on Thursday afternoon. Went down to a little truck stop, took a 10-hour break, got up the next morning, got some fuel, took a shower, and headed back to the house Friday morning. Okay, I got home Friday morning, and I am going to be here until Wednesday morning, and I'm really out Wednesday morning, and I'm actually going to stay out for the rest of the month. Why? I got to make some money, guys. Okay, obviously, I have a truck payment, I have bills to pay, excuse me, but I've got some things I need to take care of at home. Over the weekend, some things with the VA on Tuesday that I need to get done, and then I'm going to be heading back out. So want to kind of give an idea as to my first settlement. Okay, I know a lot of guys are wondering about that, so I'm going to go ahead and open up my first sheet here, and I'm not going to get into the particulars other than the amounts. I'm not going to post the actual spreadsheet, but if anybody's interested, hit me up. My email address is at the beginning and end of these videos. Okay. jimmysroadlyfe@gmail.com. And just like a lot of the guys say on here, excuse me while I look for this, if you have any questions about Oakley, okay, I'm a new guy, but if you want a brand new guy's perspective, hit me up. Okay, I'm doing this for creativity, and plus Oakley gives referral and recruiting bonuses. Naturally, I would love to take advantage of those, but I certainly would never steer anything wrong. I'm here to help people, just like Tanner, just like Rob Holly. So if you guys have any information or any questions that you want, please reach out to me on email. I'll give you my phone number or vice versa. Okay, and we can talk, or we can email, we can text, whatever it is that you want, if you want to know what it was like for a guy just coming out. And worst case scenario, I could put you in touch with people that I've already met that are nothing but willing to help and can give you information on Oakley. The only thing that I ask, just like Tanner says and Rob Holly, in order for us to get credit for that, we need you to contact us first, or contact me first. I will give Oakley your name and phone number, and then Oakley contacts you. If you contact Oakley first, I don't get credit for it. Okay, however, you're welcome to do that. I will still be glad to help you out. Okay, but if you can, contact me first, and I will get them your name and number, and then they will contact you. The recruiters are great. They're not a bunch of guys who are going to blow up your phone and badger you and beat you up trying to get you to come over. They're not going to do that. They're good people. Okay, and before I go any further, please like and subscribe to this channel if you like it. I'm brand new to this, so bear with me as I learn. Okay, thank you very much. Back to settlements. My very first settlement, I've pulled it up here now. Okay, all I got paid on my first settlement was Little Rock to Oxford, North Carolina, and then from Moncure, North Carolina, back to Atlanta. Okay, to let you guys know, the pay week at Oakley is for anything that delivers from Monday morning to Sunday night at midnight. Okay, so this load delivered Sunday in Atlanta at Owings Corning, and it delivered Sunday evening. So these are the two loads that got paid. As a note, in this paycheck, I did have $800 in referral bonuses for names and phone numbers, and we did get $1,000 in detention demurrage for being on delay at Atlanta. We waited there for quite a while. Okay, they do pay demurrage. That's not the case every single time, but we did get $1,000 in detention for Sunday. At least I did, for the delay waiting to unload because I was there all day trying to get the load off. Okay, which was fine though. Got a 10-hour break and got out of there Sunday night. All right, I will put up a picture later of delivering at Owens Corning and a video there, so you guys can see that, because I do have a couple of those, and I'll get that up. So just a heads up to you guys. So that's that. My first pay, I grossed $5,401.81. That includes the $1,000 in detention. That includes the $800 in bonuses. I netted $3,801.80 in my first paycheck. I want you folks to keep in mind that out of that first check, when I showed up at orientation, I had a quarter tank of fuel. So I had to initially fuel the truck. I had fuel coming out of this first check in def, trying to get the truck set up, with that initial tank of fuel, and then obviously, consecutive tanks as we move on from there. And also out of my first settlement, the only thing that Oakley took out as far as settlement expenses in your first check, they took out my MVR cost, which was $10, and fuel. They didn't take out anything other than that, which again is a testament to Oakley. They recognized that us men and women are just getting started, and they want to kind of let us get some money behind us the first week. So all they deducted was the MVR and the fuel. They didn't take out any base plates. They didn't take out any insurance costs. No occupational hazard costs, basically workman's comp. None of that. They didn't take out your escrow, which is $175 a week. By the way, $5,000 escrow you have to have. And if you buy the wet kit, it's like $3,500 to $3,800. And they will take $175 out of your check every week until you get those balances paid. If you're coming into pneumatics and you buy a blower, it's like $2,000 or $3,000 down, and it's a $10,000 total cost, if I'm not mistaken. The recruiters could go over all of that with you. If you're going into hoppers, I think it's $375 to get a vibrator for your trailer and a crank handle for it, if memory serves me. But everybody pays the $5,000 in escrow, and that comes out of your check at $5,000, or for a total of $5,000 into escrow at $175 a week until that is caught up. They did not take that out of my first settlement. So my first settlement was those two runs with $800 for referral bonuses, with $1,000 in demurrage. Okay, all that came out as far as settlement expenses was my fuel and my def and my MVR report for $10. My check next week will include two more runs. It'll take the run from North Carolina with the deadhead up to New Jersey, New Jersey back to Virginia, and then Virginia up to Blossburg, Pennsylvania. Okay, I'll have no detention in there because those loads came right off and whatnot. So my next settlement check will have my expenses that came out, and I'll start to get a better understanding of how these weeks are going to pay and how things are going to go. So I'll get that done and get that out to you guys so you can understand. So for a brand new guy, first week at Oakley, okay, my gross was $5,401.81, and my net was $3,801.80, which included $1,000 in detention and $800 in bonus, which, all things being equal, I don't think is too bad for a new guy. Okay, I'm very impressed. I think they're wonderful people, and I'm looking forward to my journey as I go forward with them, and I'm excited about it. It's going to be a lot of work. It's going to be a big learning curve for me, and I'm a first-time owner-operator, so that's that. Okay, so men and women, I apologize for this being a little bit longer. I'm currently at 24 minutes now. I'm going to add some pictures and videos of things that I did. You will see roofing granules being delivered in North Carolina. You're also going to see a picture of the Big Rock Coke that I was delivering up in Blossburg, Pennsylvania, and some still shots that I took of the truck. I will get some road video as I move forward and get a little bit more comfortable with this, along with some pretty creative videos of loads that I'm delivering. I'm excited. I like the creative process. I've done photography for years, and I like doing stuff like this. So it gives me something to channel as I go forward. So folks, I appreciate it. Okay, thank you for paying attention. Again, like and subscribe if you like these videos. Please reach out to me by email if you have questions about Oakley. Okay. Again, please contact me first if you're interested, and if you'd like, I can give your name and number to recruiting and they can contact you. That way I get credit for that. Okay. Thanks, men and women. Have a great day. Enjoy your Labor Day weekend if you watch this prior to. And following will be some footage and pictures of things that I've done over the last week. Thanks, everybody. So this is Owens Corning in Atlanta, Georgia. There's a number of us sitting here. So there's quite a few trucks. But I'm gonna walk up where Jim is unloading right now and show you the process. I'll do a quick turnaround. Say hi, everybody. Back there's my truck and a few other ones. I'm coming up to the unloading pit. What they make here is shingles. And these are the roofing granules for the shingles. There's one pit right there that we unload into. And then this is the other one. What's up, Jim? Yeah, taking a video for Mama. Say hi, Jim.
Hello, hello.
This is Mr. James, the man that's showing us the ropes. Because we're the new guys that don't know anything.
That's a bad way to put it.
Yeah, it's a true way to put it.
No, that's bad.
But we're getting
It's a new experience.
Well, I will say that it is a new experience, and we're getting there. But by the end of the week, hopefully we'll know a few things. Oh yeah, we're looking forward to it. Yeah, James is very helpful, extremely helpful. But there's the granules. There's a conveyor under there, right, James? And that conveyor runs it up into the plant. Yep. Oh, it's under here? So the conveyor goes that way into the plant. Outstanding. I'll get everybody motion sick. I don't even care. And these are different colors, right? All different colors for different color shingles. So, and Mr. Jim, he has a Freightliner. I obviously have a Kenworth. And this is his setup right here. And he still has another stage to go on that. So that trailer's going to go up another 8 feet up in the air. And there he is set up, letting that come out. And then if you go to the back, there's our trucks.